Hi, everybody.
Hello, I'm Ryan.
I'm Bethany.
And we are Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
And today we are talking about Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig.
Secrets and Soirees.
Yeah! So this is published by Stonemaier Games in partnership with Bezier Games.
Alright, guys, this is the expansion to Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig. This is not a short title of a game.
Nope.
Especially when you add in the expansion title. But it's adding some really cool stuff. We've already taught you how to play the game. If you go back to our original review of Between Two Castles, Mad King Ludwig. I'm not going to do it again, but I will give you a quick overview of what some of the components look like and how it all fits together in the box, which I'm pretty excited about. Alright, so I'm not exactly going to show you how to play the game, but I am going to show you some of the things about this new expansion. So here's the box, but guess what? It integrates perfectly into the main box for Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig. Alright, so first of all, we've got our rulebook for our two different solitaire modes. Now, I'm not a solo gamer, but the fact that there are two different solo modes in there, when before, with the original one, there was none, is pretty great. And as always, these pages are just like super thick. Best rulebooks around. Alright. Now here's the actual rulebook for the Secrets and Soirees. Has all the things that are in there, because I'm not going to do a full unboxing or anything like that, because all of my tiles are already integrated in, and it would be a pain to separate them. All new turn order stuff for the solo mode, tons of different cards for that, and a new score pad as well, because now there's new scoring functions. These are some of the cards that go along with the solo mode. But here's what I really wanted to show you. Look at that. This is what comes in the box. It's perfect. It fits in the box perfectly. You take all three trays out, and you're ready to play. You might just shuffle some tiles up, but that's it. I just love how that just fits in there just perfectly. And I just had to show you guys that. So real quickly, here are some of the additional things that can happen. We have these new ballroom tiles here. New scoring opportunities for you based off of what's going on to the castles around this castle that you're actually building that in. Another castle itself, so that way you can play with more players. Then you also have buildings that are essentially kind of wild. What's going to happen with these wild buildings is you kind of declare what they are. So you put a little thing in there to show that it's a kitchen room, or whatever you want to show that it's one of the living rooms or whatever. If I can get one of these out, utility room. And that way for scoring it's a little easier at a glance to see what exactly is which kind of building. So this tray, all its contents, those new ballrooms, new score pads, all fits perfectly in the original box.
One of the greatest things about this expansion is that it adds a player, but it doesn't add time. Yes.
Usually when you go to from 4 players to 5 in an expansion, you're adding a half an hour of time to the game.
Yes, but because this is simultaneous play, the expansion does not change that. It just makes it to where you can play with another person. So you can play 8 people in the same amount of time. Yes.
And I love that because when you get to the 8-player mark for most games, you're looking at the party game realm. Okay, time to bust out the party games, which we're not really party gamers. But now we play up to 8 players and actually play, without being mean, a real game.
Oh, don't say that. Party games are real games. We just don't like them. Yeah.
A strategy game.
Sure. Yeah, a strategy game.
Is that better?
Yes.
All right, so then also just like how the ceiling of the player count increased, also the basement increased. We went from being able to play with 2 players now to being able to play as a solo mode. Almost every Stonemaier game has that Ultima Factory solo mode games, and this one, because of the way it's kind of rock and roll.
There's 2. It's what you do in baseball, so they can see you from far away.
Oh, and rock on.
That too.
But yeah, because of the way this is kind of a simultaneous player, playing with people alongside you kind of a thing, it's not necessarily a game that would lend itself well to a solo mode, or at least so they thought. So then, after going to the drawing board, they made 2 separate solo modes for this expansion. We're not solo gamers. We didn't play them. We can't really review them. But still, it's cool they did that, because now that basically rounds out almost every single Stonemaier game has a solo player mode, which I think is great.
All right, Hexy Beast, you better be on it.
We want to hear all about it. Tell us about that part of it.
Yeah, tell us about that. So it added these secret room tiles. They kind of they weren't really wilds, but they mimicked whatever tile it was next to, whatever arrow it pointed to. So that was really fun, especially when it came to scoring. If you knew that a tile was going to be scoring you really well, you could be like, I need to get a secret room, so I can put that there, so I can do extra scoring. So that was fun.
And I think those secret rooms, too, are kind of a callback to one of the original games that this game came from. It was between two cities and the castles of Mad King Ludwig, yes. Right? And so in the castles of Mad King Ludwig, you're actually building these cities, or building these castles that were things that actual rooms that King Ludwig used when he was making his castles. So these bizarre ballrooms and these bizarre secret rooms and hidden passageways and all that stuff. So having those secret rooms kind of is a callback to that, which is really cool because I am Bavarian. So he was one of the last kings of Bavaria. So it was just really cool. Every time I see either the castles of Mad King Ludwig or between two castles of Mad King Ludwig, I always think like, you're my homie. I don't know why.
It's true. Like up in
Frankenmuth, Michigan.
In Frankenmuth, Michigan, there is a restaurant called the
Bavarian Inn,
I think. And inside of it, Ryan's family crest is in there. Like, how cool is that? That's fun.
Yeah, I mean, when we came over, not we as in me, but our family came over from Bavaria before the unification of Germany and, settled in this Bavarian village. And I think we're some of the founding members of this Bavarian outcropping of Michigan, which was kind of fun.
Yeah, that is fun. I like stuff like that. There's also these ballroom tiles, which is... It does something really interesting. So you score based on your opponent's castles, but guess what? One of those is yours.
Right. Because if you're playing off the castle off to your left, then its next neighbor castle over is also yours.
Yeah, so it's really cool. You can like plan ahead, and because of the game, you score your lowest thing. You still have to like even that out as you go up. So that was just an extra thing, an extra fun thing that you could add to it.
The insert which I showed you guys, I just loved how it just snapped right in, right? It just seemed like it was meant to be there. And it probably was. They probably had some forethought of that. But I love how there's always these extra rooms, in boxes, and you're always kind of like, do I have to carry around this extra box? In this case, you don't. It just fits so perfectly in the main box.
Yeah.
You're just ready to go.
Yeah. So speaking of boxes, this is... Okay. I need to know, do you guys have the problem that Ryan has? It's a problem. It fits so nicely into the box that you don't need this, right?
You do, right?
You don't need this because everything fits into the original box. But do you have a secret cupboard like Ryan has where all the expansion boxes go into that you just can't get rid of for whatever reason? Let me know in the comments below if you have the same problem as Ryan or if you've moved past that.
You never know. I've actually had to dig in there before and get out some boxes when I traded away a game. Speaking of trading away a game, excellent segue, by the way. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
It wasn't even planned. So we really liked the Castles of Mad King Ludwig, and we really liked Between Two Cities, but we felt that this, with the expansion, was greater than Between Two Cities.
Definitely.
So we actually are trading away Between Two Cities because of how great Between Two Castles is.
Yeah.
Especially with the expansion added in.
Yeah, and you can really bring it on the box. And what people want to know, I think, when you're talking about expansion is, A, is it worth it? And B, is it an expansion to where if you're teaching somebody the game for the first time, are you also going to add that expansion?
I'll answer the first.
Yeah, Ryan will answer the first.
All right, so should you buy it? I think that if you like the original game, I think you're absolutely going to love the Secrets and Soirees. It just adds more of the same without adding complexity. So it adds more variety, more players, more solo modes, all those things, more tiles, without adding game time to the play, and without adding complexity. If you flip over a tile, it's like, what does this do? Can someone explain this to me? I don't know what this one does. You don't have to do that. It's all in the player aid. You probably can. Well, I guess we'll get to that part, but it's just all so simple, but it adds all new variety. It feels like you're getting a new experience without having to change the old experience. What you liked about the original game is still there, just enhanced. Yeah, and because of that, I feel like this is something that you could teach with the base game. So if you're teaching somebody this fresh and they've never played it before, I feel like you could just
implement this in it because it doesn't really add complexity. It just adds a little bit more choice. Side note, just don't have me teach it. I tried teaching this to Lisa at NumiCon, and oh my gosh, it was awful. I'm so sorry about that. But that was a Bethany problem. But yeah, I would just teach it all at one time.
Yeah, our friend Sarah actually taught this too, and learning it cold out of the rule book, she just was able to teach it.
Yeah.
Teach it to a group of
people.
people.
Yeah, I tried. I was in that same game, and Sarah basically just took over. Thank you.
But that just shows how little complexity added while still adding more variety and fun.
Yeah. Well, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see our videos as they come out. Until then, you can find us on Facebook. We're Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews. On Twitter, we're Ryan and Bethany 1. And on Instagram, we are Ryan and Bethany.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.